Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show. Today coming to you live from the monthly Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Texas. Coming up, some more guests here from the Cruise-In. We need more Jeff. We'll review his pre-owned car of the week. Are you ready for this? The historic 1977 Ford Maverick. That's before you were even born.
Oh, yeah.
We got the racing calendar. We've also got the stories making auto news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on this In Wheel Time car show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We need more Jeff Dziekan.
77.
I'm Don Armstrong. King Conrad's off today, but he's on the phone with us. I want to remind everybody that this segment of In Wheel Time is sponsored by Garages of Texas, luxury garage suites. Put a roof over your ride. All right, Mr. Mars, I see we've got another guest here in the remote studio.
You know, the last segment, we were talking with Jaime about his 65 Mustang, and he was talking about his buddy that kind of helped him do that kind of stuff. Well, joining us now is
his buddy,
Ken Van-Keuren, he's here to defend himself and tell us about his 67 Camaro that's sitting out there next to Jaime's Mustang.
Is it gray or black?
It is gray.
Gray with black stripes on it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have to tell you that I've always liked that subtle badassness of cars like that.
Almost sleepy.
I had a 77 Corvette that I ordered from the factory, and it had kind of a midnight blue paint job on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I did nothing to the paint job. I didn't add anything to it. I kind of like that stealthy look. So I appreciate what you got going
Sleeper.
That's exactly why we did the dark gray with those black stripes. Depending on the light, those stripes go away. It can really sometimes people don't even notice the stripes until they walk up on the car. So,
well, really good. So it's a 67, first year model of the Camaro.
It was.
Yep. So give me a little background on the car.
Okay, so I actually bought it from a friend. He had owned the car since the mid-'80s. Arizona car, very little rust on it. He started the restoration and kind of lost interest, kind of got over his head a little bit on it. And I had an old Mustang. And
you knew all about it.
So I had been kind of trying to get the car from him. And one day he just made me a deal I couldn't refuse.
Wow.
And,
you still have the Mustang?
Got rid of the Mustang.
Got rid of the Mustang.
Actually, the Mustang my son wanted, and then he lost interest once he realized how much work it was going to be.
Yep.
So I got the Camaro and started a 4-year process of restoring it.
Where did you start? Did you start with the body, or did you start with?
What did you have to start with?
It was a good car. Very little rust on it. The guy, it actually came out of the factory with an inline 6-cylinder in it. The guy I bought it from had already converted it to a V8. It was not. He was not able to really get it to run. It was leaking water. Really, just like I said, he was kind of over his head and lost interest in it. So
Mars is giving us some nice pictures of it here online.
He's
so
out there doing a
if
remote.
you're watching online, then you can see the car in the parking lot. Go ahead.
So we originally it wasn't going to be a 4 restoration. I was going to make it a sleeper. I was just going to get it running and
drive it.
And then little by little, you take a part off and paint it and put it on, and then you go, oh, and now that looks bad.
Yeah.
Dude, you're talking to me now. I know all about that.
Exactly.
And the next thing I know, I had parts in the attic. I had parts in the shed. I had a hood on my dining room table.
Oh, man. Transmission in the tub. I love it.
And that's where it started. And the 4-year deal was a lot because I was on such a tight budget. I made a list of everything I needed, and I actually bought stuff when I found good deals, not necessarily when I needed it for the car. So a lot of times I'd save my money up, go buy a bunch of parts that I couldn't even use.
Yeah.
So it was a longer process than it needed to be, but at the end of the day, very happy with
Now,
the
is it
results.
body off restoration?
Yes, but not like a chip foose body off restoration.
Right.
The frame's been out of it. Actually, it's been out twice now. Actually, gone back. Every couple of years I go and update it. So I did a new frame.
A brand new frame.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It had always been a little bit torquey, so just made the decision to go ahead and put on a new suspension and a frame. And
Well, let's face fact. I mean, the 67 Camaro was Chevrolet's answer to the Mustang. And the Mustang, in the same category, the cars were built for a six-cylinder engine. Originally, that's what they were. And they fitted a V8 in both of them, and they kind of did okay for what they were. But I remember the day. They were, relatively speaking, inexpensive cars that were an alternate to the Nova in the Chevrolet case. Or, everybody thinks that the cars were built for V8s. No, they weren't. They were built for well, actually an inline six, to be honest.
Correct.
And so the frame, if you put a V8 in there, it was pretty much taxed to the limit. And if you added any horsepower at all, you got it twisting along with the body on it. So did you go – what kind of a frame did you put underneath it?
It's actually just a exact replacement frame.
Yeah.
American – the name skips me which
Right.
one it was. But it's just a OEM remake. It does have some extra supports in the bottom of it.
Right.
But
it's also not 50 years old.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's actually straight.
You're right.
So it didn't do as much as I thought it would do. I really thought my frame was tweaked pretty good, and it did make things better. It definitely moved the front wheel a little bit.
So had it been in an accident or something? Or just,
I'm assuming
okay.
that at one point it had been in an
Little twist
accident.
going on?
And I just always noticed that my driver's side wheel was pushed back a tad.
Oh.
And didn't affect the driving or handling of the car,
Yep.
but my eye could see it. So
Now, was
always drove
was
me
it
crazy.
originally a V8 car?
No, it was originally an inline six-cylinder. So the car was very straight when I got it. And
Yep.
that was one of the things I really liked about it, that it had never been hot-rodded
Yep.
before I got my hands
And
on
it was a desert car, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So and it had the six-cylinder in it when you got it?
No, like I said, the guy had started it, and he put an engine in it, and but it was leaking water, and he couldn't get it to run right. The water turned out to be a freeze plug behind the engine mount, of course, the only one that really is a huge problem to get to.
Right.
And the engine was just tuning, and
So
we
in
got
other
it
words,
running.
you still have the original V8 in it that you bought it when it was new. New to you.
New to you, yeah.
Technically, it's the same block and heads. Almost everything else has been changed.
Oh, he's been holding back.
Yeah, 'cause you
he's
said it
he's
came with an
jacked
inline.
with it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
tweaked
He
it.
said it came with an
Yeah,
inline
he's
six.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
He's still trying to keep it a sleeper.
He's that guy that you run into on the street. Well,
You know,
I really haven't done a whole lot to the motor, but it sure does whip your ass.
But I'm doing
Oh.
I'm doing sub 10s.
no,
But I haven't really done anything to it.
it's not sub 10s, but it is a healthy car, no question. It used to be originally built it as a hot rod.
Is it a 350 in it?
It's a 383 now.
383 now.
Okay.
It's a stroker
So
motor.
It's
Coming
a
back.
stroker.
Uh-huh.
At one time, it had a huge cam in it.
Uh-huh.
But in the recent years, I have put a more moderate roller cam in it. I've switched to a fuel injection system.
Okay.
I've added AC. I've added power brakes. I've added a stereo to the car.
How
you
did
made it much
you
more
ruined it.
streetable.
It made it more fun.
How
made
did-
it more usable.
How did your conversion from carbureted to fuel injection go for you?
Pretty good. You
Was
know?
it fairly easy?
Yeah, I found it easy. It was just the expense. That's the.
What was that?
that's
$1,000
That's
bucks?
a bullet you have to dodge.
Yeah.
By the time you get a
Fuel
tank,
pump and all the
lines,
other. Yeah.
and I went with the Elder Block Pro because I wanted a whole system that would control my timing and
Uh-huh.
everything. I just felt like that was the way to go. It turns out to be about 25.
$2,500. Well, I missed that by $1,500, didn't I?
You did.
Now, you park next to your friend with the Mustang.
That is
Do you
correct.
work together? Like, you work on his Mustang with him, and he works on your
Absolutely.
Camaro with him? Because I think he
you
said that
wash your hands
they
after you
did
do
they did the test of the wiring on yours before he did his. So how did that work out?
Good. So originally when I redid the car, like I said, I like to do updates every once in a while. I was on a tight budget, did not replace the wiring, just got it to work.
You notice the one thing in common that he said throughout this interview, he was on a tight budget.
Yeah.
Yet,
1,500
he
here.
went,
yeah,
no,
600 there.
$2,500
Yeah.
for that injection system.
But
Are you a married guy?
I've been with Diane
He dabbles.
for 12 years.
Okay.
God, I hope that's right. She's watching.
We'll get her over here.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the up and up here with the expenses, because Conrad keeps all of his expenses in his trunk.
Yeah.
Trunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his trunk is full.
Yeah, so I was on a budget. No, I built the car for about $16,500.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Including the cost of the car.
Including buying the car.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's
It's
good.
really not bad at all.
So I did all the work myself, but there were some things I couldn't do, right? And the wiring was one of them. The wiring was pretty good. It was a car from the desert, but I kept having to do little patches to make things work.
Yep.
So at one point I just said, okay, it's time to bite
Just
the
do it
bullet
all.
and pull all the wiring out of the car. And I actually have a picture of myself standing in front of the car with
Oh,
this,
the big loom.
this massive wire. I'm going, well, I think I found the problem.
Yeah.
So you said you had to patch it. Was it from animals eating it or just deterioration of age?
Just deterioration, like the starter. I got voltage, but not enough current to actually energize it. So I wound up having to get a little relay and bring power
Jumper,
to
yeah.
the relay, and this basically made it like a screwdriver across the starter, So my key was activating the relay because I could get enough juice for that.
Yeah.
And I think I had about 4 of those relays. So
Interesting.
it was
Kind of
time.
re-engineered everything.
So you don't have to worry about that anymore, I assume.
No, it's all, and the kit we used, it's a little more involved because you have to build all of the plugs. So
That's what he
that's
was
what he's saying,
saying.
yeah.
Why did they do that?
because you don't have splices. I mean, who wants to put in a brand new wiring harness and have splices?
Well, no, I understand, but why didn't they put the connectors on the
Yeah.
terminations on it?
So you could do your own routing.
A little more universal to
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, you could customize it. So if you had air conditioning per se, then you plug it up for
cut it,
that.
yeah.
add it. And if you wanted to go behind the fender wells instead of in front of them, like
Well, that's
like the
smart.
stock
That makes
did,
sense.
So you can hide the wiring better. You know, I put some wiring through the frame.
Nice.
You know, just some little things to
Make it
clean
yours.
things up a little bit.
So how long did it take you to rewire the entire car?
About 2 days. So
That's funny because he said, for
5,
his car it was four days
yeah.
for him. So I would think that for me, it would take weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
it's not that
And a
bad.
lot of words, a lot of different words being said.
It's very intimidating when you start pulling all that wiring out of the box.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
see it.
I could see that.
And at first you're like, okay, I'm just going to unplug this and plug this in.
Right.
And eventually you realize,
Oh, no.
okay, all you can do is rip it all out.
So with this wiring loom that you buy, I assume that they give you a wiring diagram for basically plug and play dumb people like me.
A whole book.
A whole book.
A whole book of wiring
So
diagrams.
in the book, do they take you step by step through it? Okay, we need to start here, and this is where you go from here to here.
It does. It really does. And the bigger problem is when you get through and things don't work. Okay, and it's going to happen. I mean, I had a few little things to overcome on mine. When we did Jaime's, we had a few little things to overcome. So a little bit of knowledge of how to diagnose wiring is very helpful. I actually had to call American Auto Hour and talk to their people because I had my taillights were doing weird stuff. And that turned out to be I took a shortcut and I didn't replace the plug on my steering column.
And they recommended that, and you didn't do it.
And I didn't think I needed to because I was using the stock column.
Yep.
But then,
See, that would be me. That is me all over.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it works fine with this old wiring system.
Yeah.
No.
It plugged right in.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that came back to bite me. So
Now, do they sell that steering column plug?
It came with the kit.
It came with the kit. You just decided not to use it.
I decided I was smarter than them.
Gotcha. Well,
That doesn't always work.
Those are the kind of problems that I would run into. And I would blame it all on Jeff because Jeff would be there helping.
Yeah, I'd be pushing the buttons.
Yeah, well, I had Jaime there with me, so it wasn't bad. You shouldn't be afraid of it. Okay, have a friend. I know I have another friend doing a '65 Mustang, and he got into quite a bit of trouble, but he was mixing wiring harnesses.
That would not be good.
And it took me quite a while to get in there with my
It's like
voltmeter
baking
and
a
figure
cake.
out
You
what
can't
happened.
mix that up.
Yeah, it was tough. His was a lot tougher to figure out.
What do you do for a living?
I work on DNA instrumentation for a large biotech company.
Okay.
DNA instrumentation.
So do we give samples at the end of the show, or?
DNA.
Yeah.
DNA.
DNA.
What did I say?
TNA, I thought you said.
No, I didn't say TNA. I was thinking. I was thinking that, but I didn't certainly.
All right.
No, that was
That's what you said, buddy.
TNA.
I didn't say
Bring
it. I may have
Conrad up.
thought it, but I didn't say it.
Where's Conrad?
Yeah, it was Conrad that changed my words.
Conrad. Conrad did.
TNA.
Hey, perhaps it was
Oh
just
yeah,
me.
it's always my fault.
Hey, you're the one that's married, not me.
Yeah, and if you're not in the meeting, you are the subject of the meeting.
Yeah. Well, Don, you've tried it 3 times and failed all 3.
Well,
The
does
DNA
that
or the
surprise
TNA?
you?
No, because there's only room for one diva in your house.
and I'm it. Oh my gosh! All right. Well, we need to take a quick break, so I want you to stay with us. Everybody, just hang on because we got this very important message I want to play.
Garages of Texas offers first-class luxury garage suites to keep your collection in a safe, secure location with 24-hour access. You'll love your own private space that's developed with other like-minded enthusiasts in 2 Houston area locations, in Katy and the Woodlands. Visit garagesoftexas.com to see how other enthusiasts have designed their motor vehicle man cave. But you need to act fast. These properties are almost sold out. Visit garagesoftexas.com for full details. Join the Garages and Gearheads Having Coffee Cruise-In at the Katy location, August 28th, 9 to 11 a.m.
By the way, Mr. Mars,
Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
it's the cruise-in thing next weekend at the Garages of Texas. So
I
don't
know.
forget that.
Are we going there?
We're not. I don't think we're going there, but I think that
You can go there, but we're just not part of the show.
we're not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
Don't
I was
forget
hoping
that.
we could.
Well, you can. You can go. We'll be back in the studio next
No,
week.
I like the studio.
I like this bumper music.
Do you?
I love it.
As long as
We need more.
As long
More
as
bumpers.
long as the
We don't get sued.
Send your comments to Jeff.
I like this bumper music.
okay. So we're back here. We're talking about Camaros. You noticed that your buddy
With
left
Ken.
you.
Yeah, he bailed.
Did you notice that?
I did.
He hauled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, Ken was actually going to be here at the 10:30 segment, but his buddy had to leave, and being the good guy he is with a Camaro, he let the Ford go first.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, it works out. That way, if he's broke down, I can give him a ride.
Yeah, you can follow him up. Yeah, there you go.
If I would have went first, then he may have never made it home.
There you go. See, thinking about your buddy, and that's the way you got to do
It's
it.
always about the other guy.
exactly. So are you a member of a Camaro club?
I am not.
No. Why not? Don't need it.
Don't really know. I never really, I go to a lot of the events, but never really turned it into a thing.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
I enjoy doing what I love this show particularly. It's short. It's in the morning.
Yeah.
We just get to hang out for a bit with the other car guys, and
Yeah. No, I get it.
it's not an all-day thing.
Yeah.
That's why we like it.
Yeah.
Well, I have, even though I have a Corvette, and I originally way back in the day, I was a member of the Corvette Club, and I still have some lifelong friends that I met there and appreciate all of that. but I cannot imagine being in a Corvette club today. I mean, I have a Corvette that's 20 years old, for one, so I'm kind of that midlife kind of guy in that aspect of it. But in my age, I'm in the older aspect of it, so I don't know I don't even know what a Corvette club makeup looks like today. So I can relate to you.
Is it because of the maintenance and the upkeep
No,
of the vehicle? Or?
No, it's not that. I don't know what it is. I guess I'll have to.
Your car is pristine. You keep it covered. I mean, it's a
I know,
gorgeous car.
and thank you, but it's not that. Do I have time to participate in the events?
Well, that's really the thing about it is, when you go to something like that, you kind of feel like you ought to participate. You ought to be part of it because that's the idea.
And then what can I do to help? Well, I've got this car show that takes up, as you well know, a lot more time than people think.
Yeah.
And especially Mars, because Mars is the one that really deals with all the video and all of that. And
then Jeff.
And then there's Jeff.
Yeah.
And David, who just show up to, show up their star status.
Yeah, it just shows up. Both of them show up and push a few buttons. Conrad doesn't even come in now. He just phones it in now.
That's right.
Phoning it in.
Well, the other thing with Conrad is that what we don't know is that Conrad does most of the Facebook postings throughout the week.
I hope he's doing it today because I'm not.
Well, we all have our parts.
Yeah.
And they're all intense
team
in
effort.
their own way.
Any of us is gone, something doesn't work quite right.
Yep.
I do remember one thing that during when I was a member of the Corvette Club decades ago is that a friend of ours needed to lift a body off of a frame back in the day.
Oh, man.
And so we all went over to his house. We all did it, and 5 minutes later, we're done. So there's that aspect of it. You need some help doing this or
need
doing
some
that.
muscle.
Network, camaraderie.
So that part of it was good. And once a month, there was liquor involved at a meeting. That was
seems
good.
to go with you everywhere.
Well, once a month here there's liquor, too.
Is there?
At Lupe Tortilla.
Well, you just
I'm
haven't.
surprised.
No,
this
you've
is
got
my
an empty.
shocked
You've
look.
got an empty cup up there.
Yeah,
That's a Jeff cup.
That is not a Jeff cup. Don't start with me. So, what do you got in store for the Camaro now?
I don't really know. I think the next thing will probably be a trip back to the body shop.
Man, what are you going to do?
That's something I can't do. Well, the paint's going on 12 years old.
Well, that's just a buff.
But it looks good.
And there's starting to be, some blisters. There's little things I'd like to address before they turn into big things.
Did you hear our advertisement that we just did with Gulf Coast Shields? Yeah.
Gulf Coast Auto Shield?
Yeah.
Well, I think that he's talking about something a little bit more integrated than that.
Well, you can get it looked at. You
Needs
can
to get
run
a little
by there.
deeper.
Yeah.
So,
Say, hey, give me some
what are you
pointers.
thinking? Quarter panels or door panels or?
Just go down to those blisters and pop them off.
Figure out what's going on underneath there.
Maybe put in a little new metal there, and then I don't think it'll be a whole new paint job. Just a touch-ups here and there.
So
Fix all the chips
is that
and-
gray paint in a paint code somewhere?
It was supposed to be, yeah, but it's not. As I found out the last time I had to do some paint work on it, I gave the body shop the paint code, and they called me over and they sanded the car down, and they said, "This is the paint code you gave me. This is
what it is.
This is what it is."
Yeah.
And he was able to match it, so he now has the paint code. So I probably kind of locked into him.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take it back to him and have him fix it up for me.
There you go.
So, yeah.
So you know your limits.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a painter.
Yeah.
I could probably do the body work. I'd probably feel okay cutting it and putting in new metal.
You're a mud man.
Yeah.
No, I do metal. I would cut it out and
You would?
Fabricate it
and
rather
try
than
to
mud it.
Man,
weld
you're
in
a lot
something.
braver than me.
So I did a lot of that on the car early on. There was, like I said, classic places for GM, early Camaros. The vent by the windshield is where all the water drains, and it comes out at the bottom of the fenders. So that gets packed with leaves and mud and rust there. So I had some rust there. I had some rust at the back wheel wells. So I did all that myself. I took the fenders off and cut it and patched in new metal.
Wow.
So
Bond.
We're coming over to your house
Bondo.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't great. I know the body shop, when they did it, they probably had to go in and do a little tweaking on it.
Yeah.
But back quarter panel, they did quite a bit because I did it in my garage. It was in wintertime, and I was just trying to piece the pieces in. And it looked pretty good this close, right? But in the spring, when I rode the car out,
The sunlight.
it wasn't necessarily a round opening anymore.
Got it.
So when I took it to them, I wanted them just to do what I was doing, but they actually replaced most of that quarter panel.
Well, listen, man, it's great talking to you. Thanks so much for
Appreciate
sharing
it.
your story.
Yeah, you bet.
Great car. We love it. Hope to see you again next month.
I'd like to come to here, so
Good.
I'll be back.
Well, then we'll see you.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you.
Bet.
Time now for the racing calendar.
Okay.
Jeffrey, you
I
want
have that.
You have the racing calendar?
I do.
It's
Give me
something
just a
that
moment.
Conrad supplied you.
He did. I just lost my page. Bear with
you.
me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Now we're going to sit
Here we
here and
go.
watch you thumb
There you
through
go.
all your pages of
Racing
paper.
calendar. I've got double duty today.
right.
Today, 24 hours of Le Mans, and I think Conrad alluded to that this morning.
It's
when he
Le
was-
Mans.
Le Mans. Le Mans. 24 hour of Le Mans.
Uh-huh.
Oui. Okay, NHRA's in Brainerd, Minnesota. We talked about that as well. It's the Dodge SRT U.S. Nationals. NASCAR Cup is at Michigan International Speedway. On 8/28, you've got Daytona Speedway. On September 5th, you've got Darlington. September 9/11, you've got Richmond Raceway, Saturday Night Formula. And then also you've got, Formula One is the 29th. You've got the Belgian Grand Prix, 9/5. You got the Dutch Grand Prix, September 12th. You've got the Italian Grand Prix Monza IMSA. And then on the 8/22, you got Virginia International Speedway. September 12th, you've got WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. IndyCar coming up on today, actually, a Gateway Motorsports Park. September 12th, you've got Portland Raceway, and then on September 19th, you've got WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca.
All right, now time for this hour's car review. It's the
Oh,
pre-owned
man.
car of the week.
Who are we going to get
Jeffrey
to do that?
Dziekan.
Yes.
We need more Jeff. Has the 1977 Ford Maverick. Okay, let's see what you got.
The Ford Maverick is a compact car manufacturer. Is manufactured by Ford Motor Company for the model years of 1970 through 1977. In the United States, originally as a two-door sedan, employed a rear-wheel drive platform. Originally,
Two-door is not a sedan.
Well, it's what they called it back then was a two-door sedan, and it was originally on the 1960 Falcon platform, which eventually became a four-door for the Maverick.
And it also was the basis for the Mustang.
Yes, well, that's comparable. We're going to get to that. Maverick two-door sedan was from 69 to 77. The four-door was from 71 to 77. The Maverick Grabber, which that was your nickname, wasn't it, Grabber? 1970 to 1975, and then the Maverick Stallion was 76 only. It was manufactured and assembled in the U.S., Venezuela, Canada, Mexico, along with Brazil from 73 to 79, specifically for that market, because they didn't make them after 77 in the U.S. Over 579,000 Mavericks were made in 1970, which was almost as many as the iconic Mustang for the first year. The Mustang did 619,000. The Maverick was originally designed to compete with other car imports such as VW Beetle and the Japanese contemporaries. The name was derived from the word unbranded range animal. Unbranded range animal, that's the Maverick, with the emblem featuring a long-horned head cow. Go figure. The Maverick design was based on the earlier Falcon. It was phased out due to the Mustang's popularity. So there you go. That's your Mustang group there. Just a short time here. The base model was marketed at $1,995, which back up the Ford Motor Company's message was a simple, inexpensive car. It was initially only made available two-door sedan. Four-door was quickly added in 1971, along with the vinyl roof option, which the pictures show. The basic differences in the four-door and the two-door was more legroom in the rear with longer wheelbase. All Mavericks were equipped with a C4 automatic transmission with 4 engine options, and the options were 170 cubic inch, 200 cubic inch, 250 cubic inch, and a 302 cubic inch V8. Most popular and iconic Maverick muscle car theme was the Grabber. There you go. Which was introduced in the mid-70s, offered through 79. The Grabber trim featured special graphics, including unique spoiler, and versions came with a special dual dome hood which is highly sought after to this day. You could get one right now. If you find a Maverick today, you could probably get one for about $3,000, a little less. The end. Back to you in the studio.
Do I want a Maverick for $3,000? I don't know.
They're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Okay, well, I think since you're a Ford man, I think that
No,
you need
what?
to go ahead and take that up. Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on your favorite podcast channel. The In-Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
Winning the highest sales satisfaction award among all luxury brands from J.D. Power in 2020 tells you everything you need to know about your Lincoln purchase from Bayway. Bayway Lincoln is where a premium buying experience is a priority, and you're invited to feel it yourself. This Houstonian-owned premier dealership is managed by Lincoln Stahl, a seasoned member of the Bayway family. If it's online, in person, or in your own driveway, Bayway gets you to the luxury level you deserve. Bayway Lincoln is on the Gulf Freeway at Fuquay, just inside Beltway 8. Visit BaywayLincoln.com today. Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly car cruise-in, returns Saturday, September 18th at 2 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods at 2 locations. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Loopy Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy, and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway just south of I-10, where you'll see the In-Wheel Time Car Show. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, September 18th, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The In-Wheel Time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? At gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.